Thank you, President, Commissioner, colleagues. The cross-party collaboration and successful outcome of the negotiations with the Commission and Council sent three strong messages today. Europe delivers and steps up its efforts to curb the trade and promotion of torture and death penalty goods. Trade policy helps strengthen human rights, and the European Parliament played a decisive role in making this important upgrade and update of the legislation. So I would like to very much thank the shadow rapporteurs as well as everyone in this House for working towards the biggest majority we've seen for a trade file during this mandate. And this strong EU position and EP position allowed us to improve key points despite initial reluctance in Council. I'm glad advertising online, but also trade fairs, will be illegal for banned goods. This extends the ban to services facilitating this dreadful market of torture and death penalty goods and services. I'm glad we included the transit ban via the EU for prohibited goods, and that in addition knowledge-based transit bans will be in place for multi-purpose goods. We also added the urgency procedure, which allows for rapid bans or controls on new products. And to make the rules future-proof, we expanded the reach of the urgency procedure to cover all annexes. And this enables the Commission to swiftly add new items to annex lists of banned or controlled items if this is necessary. We will add law enforcement standards. So when authorities are looking at the supply of technical assistance related to Annex III goods, the competent authorities must look that there is a provision that promotes law enforcement standards that respect human rights and contribute to the prevention of torture. Another key element are several steps we've included for better sharing of information. The updated agreement looks at the possibility for competent authorities to share information with the national preventive mechanisms established under the optional protocol to the UN Convention Against Torture. An anti-torture coordination group will monitor the application of rules with Parliament's experts attending meetings dedicated to the preparation of delegated acts and updating of annexes. We have made this EU regulation a baseline, and there is room for national measures. Member States are permitted to adopt or maintain additional national measures that restrict certain ancillary services such as transportation, financial services, insurance, advertising or promotion in relation to Annex II goods. And in order to keep the door open for possible further strengthening, we requested that the European Commission, when reviewing the rules at the end of July 2020, assesses whether they should also include activities of EU nationals abroad. This is something that we requested in the Parliament, and I hope that we can include this in the review. Now, this whole update would not have been possible without active involvement of civil society and several people in the EU who care deeply about upgrading and updating our human rights record, and I would like to explicitly thank them as well. And just want to underline that we want to make sure that we practice what we preach in Europe, and that we have to make sure that all foreign policy instruments, including trade, help address the world's most pressing human rights issues. Thank you, President.